how to choose a camera to watch the birdhouse. On the table, we have 4 different cameras. They look quite similar, but it's built based on different technology. All the cameras are waterproof, so we can use it for different places. But I think before we answer the question, we need to know how do you want to watch the camera. Basically, there are 2 methods. One is we can using the mobile device, such like the mobile phone, tablet, or PC computer. So we can watch the camera on this mobile device. It's just like we watch the YouTube video. The second method is the TV. We can just output the video to the TV and watch it on the big screen on the TV. So it depends on what you want. With the mobile device, the beautiful thing is you can share the camera with your friend and family. So as long as the camera is online, the other can access the camera meanwhile. Okay, now let's just take a look at the first one. This is the Wi-Fi camera. The camera needs to connect to our Wi-Fi network. So which means the installation space needs to have good Wi-Fi coverage. If the Wi-Fi signal is not good, you can just add the Wi-Fi repeater or PALC adapter to improve the Wi-Fi signal around the birdhouse. This is the power cord and reset button, which means the camera needs power source. Even you can use the motorcycle battery, but still need the power source. Actually, all these cameras require power source. It's not solar panel or power-free camera. There's no battery built into this small camera. And I just have installed one of the camera to this birdhouse, the Wi-Fi Breakbox camera. Now I'm going to record a piece of video clip. This is the live video from the camera. Now let me open the roof. You can see the camera is live. There are also micro SD card slot at the bottom of the camera, which means we can install the micro SD card to the camera and record the video to the camera. You don't need to take off the micro SD card to see the file. You can just download the file from the mobile app or the PC software. The second one is the long-range wireless Birdbox camera. It also has antenna. So what's different between this long-range wireless Birdbox camera and the Wi-Fi Birdbox camera? The long-range wireless Birdbox camera doesn't need to invoke in your home Wi-Fi. It doesn't need to get into your home Wi-Fi. This is the receiver. You can see from the receiver we can using the cable to connect to your router or switch. And the maximum distance between the camera and the receiver is about 800 meters, 2,500 feet. It's quite long. So if you just place this camera around your backyard, you don't need to worry about signal. The penetration capacity is about 3 times than the current Wi-Fi. Just one more thing, the camera doesn't have a micro SD card slot, so you cannot install the micro SD card to the camera and just record the file to the camera. But you still can use the app to record the footage to the app directly when you watch the camera. These two, we can still watching the camera on the mobile phone on the app. Okay, the third one is the PoE Birdbox camera. PoE means power over technology. Using a single internet cable, we can send both power to the camera. And this camera also needs to connect to the router by using the wire cable. This is not the Wi-Fi or wireless camera, it's just the wire camera. We need to wire a cable from the camera to the router or the switch. And there's no need a power or AC outlet next to the camera because the cable, the single cable, can send both power and data from the router to the camera. So if you want to have the reliable connection, you don't want to worry about the signal, everything, the wire camera is your best choice. Also, the wire camera doesn't have the micro SD card slot. We also cannot using the micro SD card, but we still can record the file to the mobile app just like what I did. Okay, these three allow us to watch the camera on the mobile phone. Now let's move to the HDMI camera. why we still need HDMI camera? Sometimes this IT technology may be too complicated for our friend or family. They don't want to get involved into the mobile phone, so the TV is the best choice. This is the HDMI camera with the HDMI converter. So we have to connect this camera to the converter, and we got the HDMI output. Here is the video and audio input. We have both video and audio. And the HDMI output, the power, it goes through the single cable next to the HDMI to the camera. So there also no need the power source next to your Birdhouse. And the last one, this is the Hdmi Decoder. You can see we have HDMI output. Also, we have RJ45 input. This one almost can work with all this camera and decode the video to the HDMI TV. So you may ask one more question. Can we also have the watching the camera on the mobile phone or tablet? Meanwhile, also have the live video on the TV. Yes, but it becomes a little bit complicated. I will just leave it for next video. Alright, that's all for today's video. If you have any question, please post comment section below. See you next time.